Hi, I'm Bear from the internet. It is the 16th of April 2025, Anno Domini, the year of our Lord. And as of right now, I'm probably talking to no one because the internet. The show, of course, what show is this? This is Coffee Time with Bear. And we're out of, what's up, fingernail? Shalom, brother. We're out of actual coffee cups. So I'm using a doubled up solo cup for my Moose Run coffee this morning. And I know the BPAs and the EPAs and the QLCs and the black, I don't care. I don't care. Because, maybe the BPAs will kill me long term. Not having coffee will likely result in me becoming property of the state. And so, as my brother Mark likes to say, you smack the closest alligator to the boat. And so we're going to go with double solo cup for coffee this morning. What's up, Silver Crane? Good morning. This show is brought to you by the creator of the universe, the Lord your God, Yahweh your Elohim. Hopefully you've heard of him. Hopefully you guys hang out. If you haven't heard of him and you don't hang out, I would probably fix that pretty quick. Because the world's weird and your body will die. Guaranteed. Even Messiah's body died. Just didn't stay that way. Oh snap, he is risen. So, and he's the first fruits of the resurrection. And if you believe in him, then you can have some of that too. Get a little millennial kingdom action going on, a little eternity action. It's highly recommended. Show's also brought to you by this company right here, refugemedical.com. I'm the founder, the CEO, and the wonderful people on Patreon. Do the YouTube things, like, subscribe, comment, share, all those things, especially share, because we are so freaking throttled on YouTube. It's the worst. And people are like, you need to go to Rumble. I've been on Rumble for 2+ years. And the fact that you tell me I need to go there shows you how well Rumble works, don't it? All right, Bear Independent Brief, 16 April 2025. There's some talking points in this one. The Trump administration has significantly tightened border security and immigration enforcement since taking office in January 2025. Good, right? That's good. We've got an invasion on our southern border. Very bad. Crooked Joe Biden let them all in. Democrats paid for it. You bust them in, flew them in. Very bad. Very bad. In recent months, the administration has aggressively pursued deportations, leveraging partnerships with countries like El Salvador to handle individuals deemed security threats. Good. I like it. I like subcontracting and outsourcing. I'm a fan of that. I like efficiency. What's up, 12C? Shalom. The administration recently terminated parole status for over 900,000 migrants who entered the U.S. under the Biden-era CBP-1 app program. Good. Good. I'm in support of this. Now, we're supposed to love our neighbor as ourselves. Yes. But equal weights and measures. Equal weights and measures. Unequal weights and measures are an abomination to Yahweh your Elohim, the Lord your God. We all got to play by the same rules, man. Everybody got to play by the same rules. And I don't know about you, but yesterday was the 15th of April, which is the actual April Fool's Day, where, the vast majority, actually not the vast majority, less than the majority of American tax producers give a interest-free loan to the federal government. That was yesterday. If you're like me, you file extensions every year, de facto. And then that buys time for the CPAs to do what the CPAs do, which is to find every single dime of deductions before we agree to allow them to rip it out of my hands. I'm not a fan of taxation, especially based on what Doge has been finding. I've not been a fan of funding the satanic pedophiles for my entire life. Not a fan. And people think like, well, that's just hyperbole. They're not actually satanic pedophiles. Guys, they're actually satanic pedophiles. Actually, for real. Like they really, really are. Okay? And I don't want to pay them because I am diametrically opposed to that. In fact, calebhouse.org, we actually go out of our way to get into fights with satanic pedophiles. So giving them money is kind of counterproductive. But I digress. Okay. So I'm all for government efficiency and subcontracting and all of that. However, like I said, there's some talking points in this brief. Shall we continue? Yes, we shall. 900,000 migrants allowed in this country, equal weights and measures. If we're all going to play by the same rules, I want my SNAP benefits, and I want my free housing, and I want my $5,000 a month. I want all those things too. I bet you Terry in the sew shop wants that. I bet Britt wants that. Hey, Lauren, do you want a free $60K a year?
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah. Let's do it. Oh, but hold on. Wait a minute.
What?
We are the wrong skin color, and we are gainfully employed.
I don't know what you're talking about. I identify as a very, very militant rich person.
You identify as the militant rich?
No.
I like that. That's good for you. The militant rich. Indeed. Jeremy, land the helicopter on the lawn. My champagne's getting warm.
Audrey, where's my butler?
I identify as a lesbian black woman with four fingers on each hand. And so I would like my SBA loans approved, please and thank you.
Why only 4?
I don't know. It's some kind of disability.
Is it the thumbs? Are you missing the thumbs or the pinky?
Look, my thumbs are gone. How can I can't do anything. I need $5,000 a month. I mean, we have actual American taxpayers who have busted their ass their entire lives on Social Security who are making 20% of that each month. So I'm good with shut down the benefits programs to people that don't even have a legal leg to stand on. And you could make the asylum argument, but there's actually an asylum process that was not observed under the Biden administration. Surprise, surprise. Did I mention share the show because algorithmically YouTube hates our guts and that's the only way that we grow? Awesome. These individuals who were previously allowed to remain in the country, they were brought here with your taxpayer dollars for up to 2 years with work authorization are now receiving notices instructing them to, quote, abandon the United States or abandonó el Estados Unidos, I believe, within 7 days. The Department of Homeland Security has renamed the app CBP Home, repurposing it as a self-deportation tool. Cool. Speaking of the Department of Homeland Security, don't trust Kristi Noem with a rifle. I don't know if you saw Monday's brief, but that chick, while she's got excellent hair and makeup, does not have excellent weapon handling skills. No benefits from manicures. Well, listen, I disagree. I think free manicures for everyone. The empire is burning anyway, so why not? We're all going to look gorgeous as the world burns around us. You know what I mean? What if we got like multicam nail polish, right, to match your rifles? Staged. I know, Mahoney. That's the point. It's all staged. And this cabinet of influencers is something that I've just lost all my patience with. I get it, Donald Trump. You like pretty ladies, and so you hired pretty ladies to stand in front of cameras and go on Fox News or to be your press secretary to eschew all your talking points. That's great. That's great. But if you could actually do stuff that was meaningful, I would appreciate that even more. Exactly, the one-toe cutter. That's my point. Still, no Epstein client list. Still. It's right there on her desk. Maybe she doesn't know where her desk is because she spent so much time on Fox News. Okay? Flip-flop season is coming. Pedicures for all. Exactly. See, like, these are the real problems that we need to solve with these federal dollars. Forget feeding and clothing the poor and the homeless. Forget paying back people who've paid into the system their entire lives. Mani-pedi for everyone. Now, that's probably not going to work so great because of the whole tariff situation with Asia that we got going on. So I know who gonna do toenail. We're having no one do a toenail. We're having no Asian people in this country. Can't come here and do toenail. So huge problem. Hey Terry, do you know how to do manicure pedicure?
No, but my old lady does.
You do? Okay, I was just wondering because you're in a sew shop, and I wonder if there's like some cultural crossover here. No? Okay. Terry's not going to do your manscaping, American Patriot.
No.
Hell no, he said from over there. All right, CBP home. The administration has also revoked temporary protected status for hundreds of thousands of Venezuelans and Haitians, though these actions have faced legal challenges. By the way, I'm about 0% impressed by the legal challenges coming from Soros-funded Obama-era judges all across the country. Also, anecdotally, Haiti, hell no, he won't tow. Oh, heard it, citizen, that's phenomenal. Haiti is falling apart. Now, Haiti has been in a gradual process of falling apart for most of my adult life, but it seems like it's about on the brink, which is incredible because remember all those billions of dollars the Clinton Foundation raised to take care of Haiti? Remember that? Remember that? And remember that only 2% of those funds ever found their way to Haiti? Oh, right. Don't say the quiet part out loud. But Haiti's in a bad way. In addition to these measures, the administration has deployed roughly 10,000 active duty soldiers along the southwestern border, including approximately 500 troops in Texas's Big Bend sector. This deployment includes strikers. Woo! 19-ton armored combat vehicles previously used in Iraq and Afghanistan, now positioned as visual deterrence along the border. Border crossing numbers have continued to trend downward since late 2023 and have significantly decreased since Trump took office. Well, that's good, right? The administration also established a controversial partnership with El Salvador's President Nayib Bukele. Under this agreement, the United States is paying $6 million to El Salvador to imprison deportees in the notorious Terrorism Confinement Center, a maximum security facility that has faced human rights abuse allegations. Now, I'm all for due process. For, drumroll please, naturalized and naturally born American citizens. All for due process because our Constitution that relates to American citizens protects our God-given rights. It does not issue rights. It protects existing rights. It acknowledges rights that come from the Creator for American citizens. Now, a new wave of a certain political group likes to make the argument that, well, if they're God-given rights, they're for all people, then surely they apply to all people. My children have rights inside of my house. If you break into my house, you don't have those same rights. If you break into my house, you're gonna get shot. So context really matters. How did you get inside these fences and gates really matters, right? If I invite you over for dinner and you drive through the gate into my driveway, you're welcome here. You're protected. Everything's good. If I don't invite you in and you come into my gate, we have a completely different situation, okay? So same land, same rights, but the context of how you got here matters a lot. So I'm all for due process, but $6 million is freaking cheap. That's cheap. The American prison system, the United States of America, is $1 trillion industry. Break in and meet Bear's minigun. Oh yeah, which one? Which one? But overlapping fields of fire, man, it's a thing. It's a thing. We will need a shovel to clean this mess up. Continuing. The notorious Terrorism Confinement Center, a maximum security facility that's faced human rights abuse allegations. My point is, if by the time, through due process, if you're an American citizen, we'll get to that, but especially if you're not an American citizen, you get to the maximum security prison, and there's, air quote, human rights violations, forgive me if I don't care. Forgive me if I don't care. Oh, this guy's a serial rapist. Oh, and he's being mistreated poorly. Good. At least he's still breathing because the Bible says we stone those people to death. Oh, what about the love and forgiveness of Jesus? Sure. He can all the way and should, this person all the way should accept Messiah. And in the next life, he will not burn in the eternal fires of hell for his actions here in this life. That's mercy. That's grace. Okay? But in the meanwhile, I think maybe complaining about human rights violations at the maximum security prison where the scummiest of the scum is being held, forgive me if I don't care. You know, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. It's as simple as that. So far, over a whopping 250 migrants have been sent to this facility without due process, many with disputed gang affiliations. Okay, well, migrants don't get due process. They're not American citizens. I don't care. Again, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Now, I will get to what I care about here momentarily. But migrants, I don't care. Well, you're just a colonizer, Bear. You just happen to be born upon this soil. Yeah, colonizer. I'm a quarter American Indian. I'm half German. My mom's parents came from Europe prior to World War II, and they were so poor that they couldn't afford to feed their children, so they gave them up for adoption, and my mom and my aunt were adopted together as blood sisters by my grandma and my grandpa, Grandpa Charlie. Yeah, talk about white privilege. And my dad grew up in Kansas, and they, one of 11 children, so poor that he ran away from home at 15 years old and started working for Harris McBurney splicing telecom cable, was fired a week before his 17th birthday when they found out that he wasn't old enough to actually employ, and have spent a lifetime busting their ass to feed their families and build an inheritance. Same for me. I've spent a lifetime busting my ass to feed my family and build an inheritance. And maybe there's a little inherent privilege in there. Maybe. I might be slightly willing to acknowledge that, but I'll tell you what, I've never seen anybody else show up to lace up my work boots. Never seen anybody else voluntarily just show up to pour over 1 million yards of concrete or cut down over 1 million trees and turn them into timber. I've never seen anybody else show up, pat me on the back, and give me a little high five for going, hey man, you busted your ass today. You have broken your body in the name of capitalism to be able to feed your family. Good job. That's never happened. Never, not one time. And I consistently work more hours than the sun does. Than the sun, the ball of fire in the sky. Okay? So, am I privileged? Sure. Yeah, I'm privileged. I'm blessed that I have meaningful work to do that feeds my family, but that ain't privilege, homie. So, 250 migrants have been sent to this facility without due process. Too bad you don't get any. You shouldn't have come in the first place. Many with disputed gang affiliations. I don't care if they're disputed or not. If there's even rumor of gang affiliation, bye, Felicia. Shouldn't have been here in the first place. Now, we're supposed to love our neighbor as ourselves. Absolutely. 100% we're supposed to love our neighbor as ourselves. But if you broke into the property, are you my neighbor? And that's a double-edged command. Are you loving me as yourself? Because if you come here and you steal from people and you murder people and you rape people and you take from the government, which is really taking from taxpayers that fund the government, are you loving me as your neighbor? You are not. You are not doing that. And the back of the American working class is already broken. We cannot continue to carry the country. We don't have it in us. Man, I don't know if you've seen the price of groceries here lately, but it's a little rough. Oh, inflation is down. The economy's back up. Okay, go tell that to Walmart. All right. So no, we can't support 10, 20, 40 million people that aren't pouring into the system. Can't do it. Won't do it. Not interested in doing it. And I would submit 0% interested in another 4 years of this clown show that we've had thus far with the 47th presidency of the United States of America. I want Donald Trump to succeed. I want this cabinet to succeed. I want the country to succeed. But we got to call a spade a spade. Shame on me for getting hopeful on Inauguration Day. I am unimpressed at the cabinet level thus far. Unimpressed. Kash Patel, day one, when he gets in there into the FBI, there's going to be major changes, except there's not. ATF, major changes, except there hasn't been. The Attorney General, I got the files on my desk. I haven't seen anything. And everybody who's like, well, you got to give it time. You got to trust the plan. How much time? Is it 3 months, then 6 months, then 12 months, then 24 months, then 48 months, and then the term's over? How much time? Because we do have a time problem. Okay, we have a time problem. The current burn rate forget the federal spending, because the federal spending comes out of our pockets, except for literally the money they print out of thin air. Okay, the current burn rate of the federal government, as supplied by us, the constituents of this country, our ability to support the current burn rate is unsustainable, and our patience with literally satanic pedophiles is gone. We are cruising towards the brink, so much so that even the far left is talking about societal collapse at this point. Here we are in the midst of societal collapse, which actually benefits the accelerationists, the globalists, because they would love for America to fall. It's in China's best interest and Russia's best interest and arguably Europe's best interest for America to fall. Okay. Do I want America to fall? Not even a little bit. No, homie. I want to continue to cruise, man. I like the idea of Make America Great Again because I have kids. I will have grandkids one day, and I want them to inherit something better than what I got. You know what I got? Good job, son. Go work harder. Not a dime. I didn't get a dime. And it bothered me for a long time because my dad had a pole barn filled with trucks and heavy equipment that I could have used to go out there and earn a living with. But they were my dad's, not mine. I didn't get nothing. And that's actually good because it caused me to work even harder in my lifetime because nobody handed me anything. Cool. I'd like the ability to hand my children something. And that ability is dwindling by the day, okay? This partnership with Bukele has come under scrutiny in the case of Kilmar Abrego Garcia, a man, husband, and father with no criminal record who was wrongly deported to El Salvador despite a 2019 court order protecting him from removal. Despite a unanimous Supreme Court ruling ordering the administration to facilitate Abrego Garcia's return, both Trump and Bukele have refused to comply. During a White House meeting on April 14th, Bukele called the request to return Abrego Garcia preposterous, while Trump praised the Salvadoran president for his tough stance. Let's talk about Kilmar Abrego Garcia. His 2019 court order protecting him from removal was because he himself said he was part of a gang and he feared returning to El Salvador because rival gang members would kill him. So that's of his own admission. Additionally, not a citizen. Additionally, didn't the Biden regime ignore myriad United States Supreme Court orders? Additionally, how many times over the last 7 years of this channel have we talked about the fact that the Supreme Court doesn't have an enforcement mechanism? What happens if you don't listen to a Supreme Court ruling? You as an individual or the executive branch of the United States of America, if they defy a court order, then what? Because Biden did it a bunch. I believe Trump has done it before. I believe many presidents have defied the Supreme Court. So what happens? What do they all go? Meh. From the bench? Meh. That's not allowed. You can't do that. And then what? I did it. Okay? So, okay, Trump ignored a unanimous Supreme Court ruling. Yeah, I would have too. The dude admitted he was affiliated with gangs, and he's not a citizen. To El Salvador he goes. Wah. We have, and here's the thing. We have huge problems in this country. They're not insurmountable, but they're not going to get fixed if we don't dedicate time and effort and funding to them, okay? And we cannot, it is not sustainable for the United States of America to be the piggy bank and the policeman for the entire world. We can't do it. We can't do it. We've been doing it to the detriment of our own society. Cost of living is up, quality of life is down, life expectancy is down. You can't get blood from a stone, and we're here now. So sorry, Kilmar, Abrego, Garcia, everybody. Remember Elian Gonzalez? Tell me how old you are. Do you remember Elian Gonzalez? Yeah. I forget who it was. Was it HRT? I don't know. Dudes in black jumpsuits with MP5s. Yeah. They deported that kid from Miami, I think it was. He was like 5 years old. Remember that? Yeah, they pointed submachine guns in his face because you can't be here. But now, some 5-year-old kid gets MP5s pointed in his face a couple decades ago. HRT did that one. Awesome. Okay. 20 years ago. But now we send the El Salvadoran admitted of his own testimony in 2019 gang member back to his country of origin, and we're the bad guys? Come on. Come on. Deport the blue-haired liberals first. Well, here, see, Giles, here's the problem. If we deport the blue-haired liberals first, I can't draft them in the coming war against the world because they're my frontline cannon fodder. That's what I'm thinking. You know, I mean, they're sure they're gender confused. They don't know what BFAs are. They have no idea. So like, what's this thing on the end of my rifle? It's +10 to accuracy. Don't worry about it. Just run that way towards the trenches. Awesome. Cool. Yeah. Then we put the real guys behind them. That's my thought. I'm against conscription unless it's blue-haired liberals. Then I'm for it. But that's conditional. It's on equal weights and measures. Yeah, well, again, if we're going to go with equal weights and measures, the blue-haired liberals that are confused about what gender they are, they're all deserving of a rock pile as well. So, in a striking statement during that meeting with Bukele, Trump expressed interest, here we are, expressed interest in sending American-born criminals to Salvadoran prisons, suggesting that the U.S. should build 5 more facilities similar to El Salvador's CCOT, which is it's some backwards acronym, Terrorism Confinement Center. The Center for Confinement of Terrorists, CCOT. It's like, everything in the United States has to have an acronym. It's the same thing in Spanish, just backwards. So it should be TACEC, Terrorism Confinement Center, but it's CCOT because it's El Salvador. So Trump's like, let's make 5 more, maybe 10 more, I don't know, 100 more of these things. They're beautiful, gigantic, very big. We're going to fill them. All the bad guys, blue-haired liberals. By the way, why is Hillary Clinton still walking around? Why is Tony Fauci still just walking around? Why is Klaus Schwab still just walking around? Like, Obama is just walking around. The dude is just walking around. Just walking around. Yeah, it's fun. Everything's fun. Everything's fun. You see, Pete Hegseth is bleeding people from his staff due to internal leaks. Interesting. So Trump said we should make like maybe 5 more, possibly 10 more. I'm unsure, but we're crunching the numbers. Elon is crunching the numbers. But we're gonna have like 87 of these things. We're gonna fill them with all the bad American people. No, we're not, because we citizens of the United States of America are still labeled by the FBI and the ATF as domestic terrorists. Still. Now, there's this thing in law enforcement called discretion, right? So, agency-wise, departmentally, yeah, you listening to this, and me absolutely listening to this, could be labeled as a domestic terrorist. Not because I'm driving cyber trucks up in front of the Trump Hotel in Las Vegas and setting off a conflagration, because that wasn't an explosion. Not because of that, but because I store food and stockpile ammunition and have backup generation. By the way, did you see that the FDA is concerned about glass breakage from water bath and pressure canning, and they're now saying that everybody has to use plastic jars instead so that you can boil your plastic EPA jars in water. Yeah, kiss my ass, EPA. The same people that are like totally flying planes overhead and spraying you with barium and aluminum. Yeah.
The same people who said gas stoves were dangerous.
Yeah, remember, gas stoves are very dangerous. Very, because the cow farts. Yeah, I heard we were getting real light bulbs back.
We are.
Where's that? We are.
Supposedly.
They're on Pam Bondi's desk next to the Epstein files. That's where the real light bulbs are. The whole thing's a friggin' ruse, right? They just figured out what to say to get people to vote for them, like politicians, and we fell for it. And I'll eat my words if 3 months from now everything's hunky-dory, but I ain't seen it. This ain't it, Chief. I'm not terribly impressed. The economy's still in the gutter. Well, it takes time. How much time? We haven't had any arrests. The swamp hasn't been drained. In fact, they're playing real nice with a lot of people in the swamp. Yeah, we haven't had Fort Knox audited. We've not been returned to a gold standard. Yeah, we shut down foreign aid across the world, except for one particular country. You've got Rabbi Shmuley, literally that's his name, who sells sex toys and invests in the porn industry, touring through the White House, taking pictures with the President of the United States of America and his cabinet. It's fine. It's fine. Dildos are kosher, apparently. Anyway, here's my question. Are we, you and I, still domestic terrorists? I got another question for you. Let's get super tinfoily. Pull out your Roller Reynolds wrap. Take at least 5 swipes around your head. Okay, we're restoring operational control of our borders to the United States of America. Okay. You ever seen a chain link fence? You ever seen a chain link fence? It keeps outside stuff out, and it keeps inside stuff in. And now this whole hullabaloo about real ID and the ability to fly. Not that I want to fly anyway, because Boeing stuff keeps falling out of the sky. Oh, did you see the make-believe Jeff Bezos space trip? Whatever that thing's called. Blue Horizon Blue, Methylene Blue, I don't know. Blue Origin. Sure. Super fake. Those broads were never in space. They were in low Earth orbit. The door opened from the inside. Totally make-believe. Yeah, blue phallus, exactly. It looked like they're trolling us so hard. They literally shot a penis into the sky with 8 broads on the tip of it. Literally. They were in like one-piece yoga suits. You go to space in like one-piece yoga suits with great hair and makeup? The whole thing's ridiculous, okay? So let's go back to operational control of the border. Yes, it keeps the bad stuff out, but it also keeps stuff in. That's super interesting. Just in case, I'm just throwing this out there. What if there's an Operation Warp Speed 2.0? What if there's an Operation Warp Speed 2.0? You must do this thing or else. Well, that would never happen. Why? 1.0 happened the first time around. You remember that? It was 6 years ago. Wasn't that long ago. And there's a lot of, and see, here's the thing. There's a lot of people that are willing to forgive. They've already forgotten 6 years ago. It wasn't that long ago. The largest movement of wealth from the middle class to the upper class in history, the largest infringement on your civil liberties as an American in our country's history. 40% of small businesses went out of business during COVID. 40%. Huge increase in government spending. Huge increase in people on the government dole. They were arresting people for going to church. Remember that? People have already forgotten. I've already forgotten. Not me, homie. Not me, homie. Went to work every day. Shipped you guys first aid kits every day. We're doing it. Tell me I can't. Tell me I can't. And we already had that 1.0 last time. Like, that's a real thing. It happened. So hopefully, operational control of the border, the razor wire faces outward, not inward. Okay? But just is something, just keeping my eye on. Continuing, Trump remarked when discussing the possibility of imprisoning U.S. citizens abroad, we have bad ones too. I'm all for it. We're sending them. They're going to El Salvador. They're going to be Salvadoran. They're going to these big, beautiful, big, gigantic, beautiful prisons. Adding that working with El Salvador could provide great security, less money. The proposal raised immediate constitutional concerns, as legal experts pointed out that deporting U.S. citizens would violate American law. Okay. Now, again, I'm not in favor of deporting U.S. citizens. Asterisk. But by and large, you and me, the good people, no, I'm not in favor of that. Oh, it violates U.S. law. Oh, like the 9-0 Supreme Court ruling that's currently being violated right now, and that basically all presidencies have violated Supreme Court to one extent or another, especially in the recent past. Okay. Well, that's fun. Atlas shrugged. Desert wolf survival. There you go. Trump also inquired whether El Salvador could expand its prison capacity to accommodate more detainees from the United States, emphasizing his desire to send as many as possible. Critics, including Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, who sucks, have characterized the administration's partnership with Bukele and its proposal for housing American citizens in foreign detention facilities as dangerous overreach that threatens fundamental constitutional protections. Well, what an interesting day when I'm in some kind of ideological agreement with Chuck Schumer, of all people. Now, hear me out. Greenland is 22% the landmass of the United States of America, with just 57,000 people that live there. Currently occupied by Denmark. Filled with natural resources, minerals. Hear me out. I have a plan. We buy Greenland. Free Tesla for everyone. They get money, lots of money. Gold, silver, aluminum. We buy Greenland. We put up a big fence. We send all the prisoners to Greenland, which is a state. Still in the country. It's a state. We give them pickaxes. And they dig the barium out of the ground. They put it on boats, big, beautiful boats. They send it home. And we make all the chips that we're not getting from China. Ruffles and Doritos. Any of the Etos, they're going to make all the Etos here. You have to put an Eto in a computer for the computer to work. And we use Greenland. It's Australia 2.0. Don't laugh at me, Terry. It's a brilliant idea. $1 trillion idea. We're going to make so much money. It's going to be so good. We send all the scumbags to Greenland for free. $8 for a pickaxe, not made in China. And then they send us back beautiful minerals. It's a great idea. You love it, Terry.
I love it.
Terry approves. Everybody approves. It's very popular. We're going to do it. Pam's going to do it. We're going to do it. So you could get me on board with that. Like, yeah, we could have a Greenland-sized work camp. But then here's what happens, right? You're a criminal, and you're a criminal, and you're a criminal. Yeah, Trump becomes the Oprah of criminals. Everybody look under your chair. It's a pair of leggings. Leg irons, I mean. Maya Rivka. Better take it easy on the coffee, bro. I'm only halfway into my first cup. Maya, maybe you need to take it less easy on the coffee, Maya. Maybe you need to get up here onto my level. I love it. There's 1,243 people here, and every day, at least one person every day is like, Bear, you're too much, or you're not enough. It's like, it's okay. Me and Maya can be friends. It's like, I can't make all y'all happy. I can't make me happy. Okay? I could barely make my wife happy, and I love her, and we're in a covenant relationship together for like a decade and a half. It's like, hey babe, love you. Today's a crapshoot. You're gonna get what you're gonna get. Okay? So you may have figured out there's not a whole lot of verbal filtration that happens here. There's not a whole lot of posturing or pretending. I'm not trying to I'm not a character. Okay, I'm a real human being. I'm really like this in real life. I hear that from people all the time in real life. They're like, oh, you're like this all the time. Yeah, I really am. Bear, you're too much when you've had your coffee. You're not enough when you haven't. There is no in between. Scuba knows. And Scuba knows from Grindstone deployments. If I haven't had coffee yet, don't talk to me. I love you. Don't talk to me. Unless you have a death wish. In which case, that's fine. You could talk to me once. Okay? Then after that, sure. This is what you get. God forbid I had a little methylene blue this morning. You know what I'm saying? You know, unadulterated taint tostada. Taint tostada. That, it sounds tasty, but it's not. That's an interesting name that you have there. No, this is not Death Wish coffee. This is Moose Run coffee, which is right next to our Blackout Coffee Co. You know, all my homies have coffee companies. Like I don't even know who to recommend anymore. They're all good. But Moose and Moose Run Coffee, excellent coffee, and Blackout Coffee, excellent coffee, and they both support Grindstone Ministries, which is amazing because we have to be well caffeinated to do what we do with giant chainsaws. So it's the good stuff. Brittany, are you available, Brittany? Can you tell the people about this nylon, please? So many things happening with the nylon. I'm on sabbatical, can't you tell? I'm taking it easy with the business right now. Do you have a Trump impersonation?
No.
You should try.
Nope.
Can I coach you through it real
Nope.
quick? There's only 1,229
No.
people here.
No, my husband does a great one.
He does, actually. So the first thing you do is just move your hands erratically.
It's all in the case.
And then breathe through your mouth.
Ew.
We're not mouth breathers around here.
I thought I was talking
Trump
about
is a
huge
mouth
stuff.
breather.
Good morning.
Yes. Tell them about all the nylon.
Okay.
Oh, also, Rick lied to me on the phone the other day. He said, I bought all of your Alpine.
He meant one of each of the Alpine kits.
You didn't buy all of my Alpine, Rick. Look, what's that right there? Ha! Ha!
Good morning. Yes, we have lots of things back in stock on the shelf.
Many things.
The OpFac is back in stock in all colors. So we have black, we have the Alpine Ice Fac. We have a few of these left, not very many of them. Multicam, he's got one of each of them over here. Multicam, Coyote, black, and then also Ranger Green. We just launched the Ranger Green OpFac, and it actually is a beautiful color. I love this green. And then, of course, the Travel Fac is back in stock in red and in black. So I know several people were asking for the Travel Fac in black because they wanted it to blend in and not be so obviously seen from outside the vehicle.
Now, these just came in from our
depending on where they
shop
live.
in Vietnam, right?
No.
No.
They were sewn right behind that
On
black
the other side
curtain.
of the curtain?
Yeah, the other side of the curtain.
There's Oompa Loompas back there.
Yeah. Shalom, everybody. The chat goes by so fast. You guys are
Yes,
awesome.
it does.
Yeah, so lots of things back in stock. Make sure you grab them while supplies last. They are ready to ship. I know ankle kits, purple ankle kits. There were still a few on the shelf this morning I saw as well. And the Ranger ankle kits are back in stock. And belt kits. The SO team just dropped off multi-cam belt kits. So I believe all color belt kits are back in stock. And it's been a minute since we had those back in stock and ready to ship. So if you guys have been waiting and watching for things to be back in stock and ready to ship, grab them now.
What do they get
RefugeMedical.com.
What What do they get for over $2.99?
So every purchase over $2.99, if you are shopping with us this month, you want your order to be over $2.99 because you're going to get 4 things completely for free.
Hell yeah!
You're going to get the Boogie kit for free, which is a small little grab-and-go boo-boo first aid kit. You are going to get a 20% off coupon for your next order that does not expire, so you can use it. Just don't forget about it, but it does not expire. Oh, thanks, Philip. He brought me a Boogie. Look at that. So the Boogie has flat duct tape, Band-Aids, the boo-boo wipes, 2 ibuprofen, 2 acetaminophen, the S-Mark, gloves, and a 3-inch rolled gauze. Perfect, little easy grab and go. You can pass out or put on a backpack, put in your car. I love it. And then, so back to the 4 things. So every order over $2.99 this month gets you the Boogie kit for free, gets you a 20% off coupon for your next order that does not expire. It also gets you the entry into the Mother's Day giveaway basket. And then it also gets you the virtual workshop that TJ is teaching on May 30th. It gets you the ability to be able to watch that and to be able to train with us for free on May 30th from 3 to 7. That will be the first time we are doing our Responder 1 curriculum virtually. So tourniquets, chest seals, wound packing gauze, all taught by TJ, which will be super cool. There's also a training kit that you can grab to be able to have for that class with a blue Cat Gen 7 trainer tourniquet and wound packing gauze. So if you have those 2 things, you will be set to be able to learn the day of class. That way your kit stays intact and it's ready for you if you ever need it.
So good.
Those 4 things for every order over $2.99. So make sure if you guys are on the website, add something extra into your cart so you get all that for free. Pays for itself.
And the Boogie's back.
I know. That's what I was telling him. I showed him. Philip ran me over one. He was great.
I feel like the Boogie's gained weight since last I saw it, though. Just like this gauze on the end. We'll fight about it later.
Okay.
We'll fight about it later. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Yeah, the OpFac's back in stock in Cool Guy colors is super exciting to me. What else? Grindstone Ministries is in Selmer, Tennessee right now, and they're out there doing the things, being the light. So keep them in prayer, and if the Spirit moves you, go volunteer with them. They need all the help they can get. Selmer, Tennessee is pretty trashed, and if you'd like to I have an old Boogie. I bet it's gained weight. Yeah, see, I like that more. I just put that inside. There you go. I fist it. The Boogie's a great little kit because this is basically like a little boo-boo kit that you can throw in a glove box or backpack or whatever. And it's got this little string thing right here. You hook a carabiner through there or whatever. Show us the OpFac bear, please, says the tradesman. Okay. All right. Well, this isn't shilling because you asked, so I'll just show you the OpFac. The OpFac, boom. So this is the OpFac right here, and it's got this on the back that says "Made in America" on it because we make our kits here. And you can mount this on your chest rig, plate carrier, or war belt using either the provided malice clips, or no, those aren't malice clips. Yeah, those are malice clips. Yeah, malice clips. These things right here, these plastic clippy doos right here, and your malice webbing, molly webbing, palace webbing. There you go. Wake up. More coffee's indicated. This shit will mount on your belt, your plate carrier, your chest rig. That's what you need to know. It also, we have a dangler attachment if you want to run this on the front of your plate carrier. Okay, and then of course you got a cat tourniquet up here. And you can pull this out with either hand, okay? And then it's also got these slots in here, so you can stick some chem lights on there if you want to. Now, we know that this is jumpable because we had 19 guys, Halo and Hey-Ho, out of some planes with these in order to prove that they're jumpable. So it also has these drawstring retentions here, so you can customize the ease with which the inner comes out of the outer, okay? Because all of our kits are designed, you get the stuff out where you want it, where you need it, rather than having to try and dig through a kit that's stuck to your body It's called dirt medicine for a reason. I want to be able to pull this out, open this up, and get to work on myself or on the casualty on the ground. Okay, so in the OpFac, we've got wound packing gauze. You can add combat gauze, 2 pairs of gloves, pressure bandage, shears, Cat Gen 7 tourniquet. Then in this bottom pouch down here, in El Bottomo Poucho, I have my airway and respiratory, 2 packages of chest seals right here, as well as a nasopharyngeal airway, and then also duct tape, flat duct tape right there in ever fashionable brown, because duct tape rules the universe. And so that's the OpFac, purpose built for your loadout, whether that's a war belt, plate carrier, chest rig, whatever. And it's the same pouch that if you get the travel fac, different contents on the travel fac, but it's the same pouch that can mount to your headrest in your vehicle. So if you want a different colored travel fac than red or black, if you want a green or coyote or multicam, or Alpine. We got one Alpine here that Rick hasn't bought yet. Today's the day, Rick. The white Alpine multicam, whatever. If you want one of those as a vehicle fac, we can do that as well, travel fac. But that's the OpFac right there. And so, and the guys from Born Primitive did, they helped us quite a bit with the development of this. And then, like I said, literally 19 dudes jumped out of planes with it and then ran a 3-day field training exercise with these things to pressure test them for us before we went into production. So it's a really good kit, and they've been difficult to get a hold of because they've been in high demand. So we just had a production run come back in. Yeah, so that's that. Grindstone Ministries, Selmer, Tennessee. They need help. They need prayers. They need funding. Please go to grindstoneministries.com. TJ, I already have one. Well, 2 is 1 and 1 is none, Rick. So whatever, bro. Selmer, Tennessee, grindstoneministries.com. And if you want to be on the next one, grindstoneministries.com. Sign up for the to receive email alerts and get pre-approved as a volunteer. There's a process. So that there's a little bit of vetting that goes on, so we make sure that the people who are coming are who they say they are, and through that volunteer sign up, we can schedule people. You can input your own availability into the system. I can come on these days, and then that helps us see on the back end who's available, who's coming, who's not coming, et cetera, so we can maintain appropriate levels of staffing. Because doing disaster relief is labor intensive, it's resource intensive, it's logistically a heavy lift, and manpower, people power, is one of the primary things that we've got to manage. Don't want too much, definitely don't want not enough. So, true, I'll order one in multicam then. Okay, Rick asks, prove it, homie. Rick says he's gonna get a multicam OpFac. Yeah? Terry approves.
All of our bags are great.
Terry says all of our bags are great. He says, do it, Rick. Do it now. Do it today. Could be gone. Could be gone. Not to China, though. We don't sell to China. Yeah. Also, interestingly, we've had, there's been some people, good morning, Miss Lovely Dudley, some groups and organizations who have tried to purchase from Refuge, and it's like, you sound a little bit weird. Let's do 4 minutes of OSINT. Oh, wow, you are actually a domestic terrorist. No, you can't have our stuff. Also, thanks for providing a shipping address. Let me call the sheriff in your county and let him know. Listen to Terry. Terry's awesome. Very awesome. Terry's very awesome. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
And he's lovely. Great beard. The beard on that one, let me tell you. So, Grindstone Ministries, Selmer, Tennessee. Caleb House, calebhouse.org. Care House 1. Floors are going in, and then that's it. Right? Like, we're there. We're home stretch. Care House 1. Foundation for the on-site director's lodging is complete, as I understand it, and the framing is the framing materials are on site to begin framing that out. The well house, the structure of the well house is complete, and so now we're working on getting the equipment and the tanks in there to be able to do well house stuff. Agriculture is ongoing. The swale, we had some big rains 7 to 10 days ago, and the swales that William Bond and our guys put in, William Bond, the permaculture consultant, man, they did such a good job of capturing that water instead of just letting it run across. And so we had drainage and runoff has been a challenge on this property from jump, but we had a lot less of those challenges this monsoon season than we've had in years past. So that's awesome. So all that's continuing to happen. And as I've stated before, my goal this year is to raise $4 million for Caleb House, because that will fully fund construction. That's the goal. So if that's a goal you want to participate in, Caleb House with a K, calebhouse.org. So that's the show, man. Please share the show, like, subscribe, do all them things. Leave a comment for the YouTube algorithmic robots to chew on. If you're on Patreon, remember your Patreon promo codes. Yeah, man. That's it. I appreciate y'all. And I won't see you Friday because that's a high holy day for us. But I'll probably see you Monday. So with that, be blessed. May the Father make his face to shine upon you and give you his peace, his shalom. Good day, Bear Nation.